Anyway, welcome to January 2021. Oh man, I've been waiting to say that for so long. 2020 was one heck of a year. I won't count how many I've been through, but that was definitely the worst year I've survived. And yes, I keep this slide in there because they are open back for dinner, or they're open for inside dining, but they're at I think 25% now. And we love Frolic. Frolic treats us really good. The only problem is I didn't want to tie up the room and then have a small crowd because he needs to fill every chair that he can right now. But they're great people. I think most of everybody here has been there at least once. They got a great beer garden outside, and if you're in the area and you're thirsty, stop by and tell them Riggs said hello. Riggs sent them. And if you haven't been, there's the thing. There's a little cups on the table. Red means I'm good. Green says, hey, I want to order. Because we found out in our first meeting there, if you don't flip that thing over, they won't come talk to you. We were sitting in that first meeting hungry and thirsty, and I'm like, I know. And then I was like, oh yeah, you got to turn that thing over. Dave's been with Rig almost from the beginning, and he's got a new. This is one of his newest endeavors, and if you've heard him, he's probably talked anywhere in the last year. All he's talked about is land. So, David, I'm going to give you your slides, and you tell me when to proceed.
All right, sounds good. Thanks. Well, thanks for letting me present, Jim. I'll make this quick and painless for everybody. Hey, so my name is David Van Steenkist, and one of my businesses, Land.mba. We specialize in teaching virtual land flipping. And, if you don't know much about land flipping, now this is not land development. It's not, going in and putting improvements and taking out loans. This is by far the highest ROI real estate asset, bar none. I'm typically disappointed if I only make 100% ROI on a deal. Now we're talking, deals anywhere from a few $100s on an acquisition to $100,000 on an acquisition. Selling for, my average deal last year was $15,000, but my average purchase price was about $3,000. So not too bad, a 5x RO, 5x. So as you can see by those kind of prices, it's got by far the lowest cost to entry, the lowest learning curve. You don't have the risk of loans because nobody will lend on it. So, but you don't have to use your own capital. There's a lot of private money out there. And in fact, I'll talk about our new program where we fund the deals in a second. Plus, we teach you how to buy at between 5 and 35% on the dollar. Typically we sell for 50 to 75 cents on the dollar. So it's not a buy low, sell high model. It's a buy very low, sell low and quickly. Right now, land is flying off the shelf everywhere. People want space. COVID has put our business on steroids. It's been a little bit more challenging to acquire, but still it's not nearly the challenge that it is to get inventory with sticks and bricks. There's literally, over 3 billion of acres in the United States of land that is undeveloped in over 3,000 counties. So, there's maybe 1,000 people that are doing what I do versus, a hell of a lot more people doing sticks and bricks. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh. Okay.
So what makes us different from all the gurus like, Jack Bosch or, Land Geek or Land Academy? I've been consulting for a couple of years now. I've been doing land since early 2016. Actually, I started in 2014, took a little hiatus after I changed jobs and then really got back into it. 2016, I did it part-time while I was working a full job, just gradually built it. And, finally built enough cash flow. You're like, how do you cash flow land? Well, I'll explain that in a minute. To finally quit my job and do it full time. So the 101 program, what I noticed while I was consulting with people, there's a high rate of failure, both in land flipping and in, how many people start, take a wholesaling course, they They try to flip houses, try to wholesale, try to get it. And it's really difficult to get the time and the energy when you have a full-time job to do, especially with sticks and bricks, because you got to go out and see the property and you got to react fast. How many of us have gotten the text from the wholesaler and we've been on the property in 30 minutes or 45 minutes and it's gone? I mean, when I used to flip houses, that used to happen to me all the time. It was very frustrating and it would disrupt your whole day. Land doesn't move that quickly. You're doing your own marketing and whatnot. So, but we've taken all the overwhelm out of it. The assumption is that when these guys teach it, they teach the entire course. So you're spending a lot of money, you're spending a lot of time, big learning curve to learn how to source, to buy, to market, to sell, set up websites and all that stuff. And you might just want to kind of dip your toe in the water. Some people are working full time and they're not necessarily an entrepreneur, but they have entrepreneurial aspirations. They don't really know what it takes to start a business. Or you've got a business going, maybe you're flipping houses or wholesaling, you want to add another stream of income, but you don't have time to initially implement the entire business. What we've done is we've taken 80% out of the learning curve, 80% of the time, 80% of the cost, and said, let's just come in here. It's going to cost you about a third. We're going to teach you very quickly, get you to get offers in the air. And it's all under our tutelage using our systems and our resources that we've already developed. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to find the deal using our system. You're going to bring it to us. We can fund it, close it, market it, sell it, and pay you a nice partner fee. Or if you need the money right away, you can just wholesale the deal to us. Or we've got some partners in our group. If, for example, we have too many deals going, we've got other land investors that'll buy the deal from you. So there's no excuse. In 5 to 10 hours a week, you can make $2,000 to $6,000 at least. You can make more. So some people may just want to do that. It's really a bird dog program. And but using our tools, using our training, and using our hand holding as well. It's not just a course. It's we help you along the way. So we call it pay as you grow, not pay as you go. That way you pay for a little bit, you dip your toes in the water, you get successful, make some money. Then go ahead, Jim. You can do our other offering, which is 201. In 201, we teach the entire course. And you'll learn everything if you choose to step up to that. And then, of course, if you want to scale that business, you can do the 301. We teach you how to create systems and hire VAs using our systems. And finally, we have a private coaching. We've been doing that for a while, and 100% of our students have been successful. My top student did $800,000 in sales this year and put 300 of that in his pocket. So not too bad. So if you want to get in touch with me and learn more, we are going to be doing a webinar next month. You'll get an email after this. And there's also, you can reach me at hello@land.mba, or our website is land.mba, or check out our podcast, land.mba podcast, or our Facebook group. So thanks a lot. And any questions, my name's David Van Steenkist.
Thanks. Any question for Dave?
Hey, Dave, how do you do this
Sure.
passively, or can you?
Oh, so you mean 100% passively?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
somebody brings the money and they just don't want to do the bird dogging.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So if you have money that you want to get nice ROI on and low risk, we are actually, there's plenty of people in the business that will that are always looking for private money, and we are actually going to set up a crowdfunding group with this new program for funding the deals. Initially, we're going to use our own money to fund some of them, but we'll run out real quickly, and so we're going to set up a crowdfunding group. So I didn't talk about that, but we're just setting that up right now. To make that, and we'll be making that available, Steve.
Okay.
So yeah, hit me up. I'll
we
get
should
some more
talk
information on that. Okay.
Any other questions?
Bird dogging,
Yeah.
as far as land, What if I stay, I generally travel between, I don't know, I travel a lot. Around in Denver areas, lots, are you open to lots? And whenever you say land, are you looking for multiple acres? I mean, what's the minimum that you're looking at?
No minimum, no maximum. I'll go point one to 10,000 acres.
But he wants to be bare. Correct.
But I
Yeah,
want zero improvements on them, other than it can have not zero improvements. It can have infrastructure in it, but no structures. You know, it can have plumbing or electrical run to the property. We do infill lots, yeah. But in Denver, you're not going to find them for 30 cents on the dollar. It's a different strategy if you're going to find them in a high competition area. In that type of area, it's a true wholesale deal. We usually will flip them to a builder. We'll just flip the contract to a builder. It's too risky. That's not really our model. If you got to go and put it out and sell it retail, then you're sitting on it. You're paying a lot of money for it. You know, but we like stuff in a 2 to 3 hour perimeter of a metro.
Well, I've got, as somebody asked earlier, I am a broker for hard money. And even though a lot of people shut down during the COVID, we just kind of adjusted and kept going. And since the COVID is lasted longer, I think most people thought, money's starting to loosen back up a little bit and try, because the guys that hold all the funds, they find out their money's not making money and their investors are not happy. So I'm just going to throw up 3 different packages. There's the rehab loan. What everybody loves about this is they can go up to 90% LTV. And the 2 selling points, really, other than rates starting at 7.5, is they have no monthly payments, and your rehab draws are up front. At closing, you'll either get a credit for your first rehab draw, and you bring less money down at the closing, or you'll pay your full closing costs, and you'll get a wire within, I think, 24 hours. And then, like I said, there's no monthly payments. Everything's factored on if it's a 12-month loan or 24-month loan, and it's all packaged in the loan. If you finish the loan early after 3 months, any interest not used, you'll get that reimbursed. So that's the one there. And then we got the rental loans. It's up to 75 to 100 million, 75,000. They do up to 80% value on that, and they'll go up to 30%, rates as low as 5%. And you get some cash out if you need it. And then we do bridge loans also. And pretty much all of them are single family, 1 to 4 units, condos, townhomes. And they're all 3 packages are for LLCs, which most of all you guys know that and do that anyway. But that's us. I think, like I say, everybody's been saying, I think everybody knows me, but there's my stuff. And that brings us finally, but anyway, we're going to talk about working with contractors. And we got 2 people that's going to kind of lead the charge on us tonight. There's Vincent. His story, he's co-owner of Invest Success. He talked a little bit about that. And I think he already pretty much said his bio. But there's Vincent. And then our other guy, like I say, is going to be Raymond. He's going to talk. He's completed 44 investment properties. They operate 6 days a week. He's got 4 full-time crews, and he's got access to other guys. And another, I think, a big selling point here is he can pull permits. He can pull permits anywhere in Colorado. And he's already mentioned how he worked with Invest Success. They work close together. I don't think I've been to a breakfast meeting when he wasn't there. So, and he's a busy guy. He's like me. He likes to multitask. He likes to keep at least 5 flips going on at one time. And that's where he was talking about he can do that bird dogging because he's driving all over the Denver area. And what we're going to do is we're going to let Vince kind of do a little introduction type of thing and talk about how they'll get a new investor in and the things that they want to go over with those people and things to watch out for. And then what Ray's going to kind of come in and do and say, hey, as a contractor, this is what I need from you. And Ray was talking to him earlier. He comes up, he's got this great spreadsheet for new investors that has prices and everything, and kind of keeps the new guys in line. But he's also going to tell us a little bit of what he expects and what he's looking for in you. And not so much of, okay, Mr. Contractor, here's what I want you to do. No, I think I saw in one of his posts, he goes, working with a contractor is kind of like a marriage. You really want to get to know each other. You want to trust each other and to be able to depend on each other. And based on that, Mr. Vincent, why don't you take over and really fill in the blog. We'll let you guys talk a little bit. And also, if you guys have questions, I don't think either one's going to have a problem. You just raising your hand and jumping in there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, by all means, as interactive as you want to be is great. I don't necessarily have a presentation necessarily, no slideshow or anything like that. Just talking and whatever it is that you guys need. I'm here to help out the best that I can. So, yeah, so Invest Success, what we do is we mentor and coach, obviously, but we have 6 different classes that we run our students through. One is how to run your numbers, which is super important as an investor, right? How to fund a deal, where Jim can come in on that. How to find a deal, where you're real estate agents, like I believe Sherry, you're a real estate agent. I don't necessarily know you very well, or my wife, Ivania. Jack as well, you're wholesalers. So we go through that. What to do before you fix, or what to do before you fix, before you close on a property, and how to get yourself ready, how to do a scope of work and that kind of thing. And then we go through our what to do during the renovation, how to work with contractors, which is what we're going to talk a lot about today. And then our 6th class is your exit strategies. So what can you do with the real estate when you're done? Which honestly, you should have your exit strategies in mind, at least 2 or 3 before you even get started for a property, because you just never know. And anybody that's been investing for a while, which we've got some seasoned people in this room right now, you've got to be flexible. Things are changing all the time with our real estate market. You've got to be learning all the time. That's why you guys are here in this RIG meeting, or come in the Breakfast Club or whatever. It's we're constantly having to learn and change with the markets. Since I started investing in 2009, things have changed drastically, obviously. But there's always a deal. So that's what John Fisher always believed in, and that's where the program originally came from, was from John Fisher. Anybody that's been around, I believe Nan, you probably, and Jim, you guys probably knew John Fisher. I'm not sure if anybody else in this room did, Steve possibly, but John Fisher was a high integrity guy who's all about giving, but he was also all about adapting as well, and changing as the market changed. So as far as working with contractors, like Jim was talking about, we have a huge list of general contractors and subcontractors that we give to our students, but it just depends. I believe Ray was saying it's kind of like a marriage, right? So I enjoy working with Ray, and we've worked together for how long has it been right now? Like 3 or 4 years, something like that. He's my go-to GC at this point. I don't really see any point in calling anybody else when I've got a fix and flip project here in Denver at this point. But I do have other general contractors that I could access, but we give those to our students, and sometimes different personalities, you have to pick the right contractor for you. We vet through everybody, and we've used everybody on our contractor list for our students, but it's not necessarily what's right for us isn't necessarily what's right for our students all the time. So it's always good, and we teach our students to get bids from at least 4 or 5 different contractors, and then based on their interaction with them and their numbers, to see which one they should work with.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Raymond, we've heard from Vince a little bit about what he's kind of teaching and what he does. And from the customer point of view, as far as customer contractor, when Joe Newby calls up and says, "Hey, I just graduated a Rich Dad class. I've got all my books. I'm ready to hit the streets. I want you to be my contractor." What's your list of questions you're going to go through with him to make sure that marriage is going to fit?
Yeah, Jack knows. Jack's been there. We didn't land that one. I want to know about your funding. There are some, there's some wholesalers, or what is it, 212, and there's some other lenders that are out there that slow down the draw process. So I want to know what kind of capital you have. I don't care who's funding you, fine, but have a little bit of reserve cash. Don't do this with nothing, because you'll slow down the project. If you can't keep up with the speed of the project, and you're always waiting on the next draw, and you're playing it too tight, it's happened. You mean 2x4s went from $3 to $6. So I look and see what their funding situation is, what the draw setup is set up like. Yeah, I want to know if they've ever done a rehab at all. And then, like, are they designers? Are the interior design? Nothing against you, Mark. I don't know if Mark's still in the room or not, but interior designers or people that are farmhouse specialists. Do you like the new trends? Do you like looking through the magazines? Those are usually not good ones to go ahead and link up with, because I'm a fix and flip contractor. I'm cheap. You mean I try to keep that budget down, because whenever the budget keeps on growing, because we put the pergola or put some added cabinets or whatever, higher end cabinets in a medium house, it affects my budget. So I want to know what kind of person that they are. Yeah. I think that's about it. What their real estate background is, if they have an understanding of what the market is, what the market's like. Sometimes they'll go out and they went and got their real estate license, and they want to be a investor as well. If they're brand new in it, kind of what their experience is on real estate. I try not to jump in too often with the new investors, because their expectations are they're going to get rich. And this is not a get rich thing. This is a gradual thing. You're not going to hit a home run your first time out. You mean, yeah.